guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another story time, and if you don't follow me on my social medias, I will link that down below for you guys if you guys want to go ahead and follow me. But I did do a poll on not Instagram, Twitter, on what's the next story you guys wanted to hear, and I did say between I broke a girl's nose and that I got arrested. I think it was broke a girl's nose. Maybe that should be the next story. Yeah, actually it broke a girl's nose and I got arrested. Before I even get into the video, I do cuss a lot, you guys. That is just how I talk in person. Yeah, you might say, oh my god, you're so pretty for you to be cussing, but definitely I am just down to earth person. I'm a regular person. I don't see myself as somebody famous that I have to fake it on camera, that I really don't talk this way. I did get a lot of complaints of people saying that I do use a lot of foul language, and if you guys don't like that, definitely click out of the video. I just, you know, I want to feel as comfortable as I can to sit here and film my story times to you guys and tell you how it is and be real with you guys. I really want you guys to have a feel of how really I am, because if you get to know me in person, you're definitely gonna hear me say bad words, and I will apologize all the time, but I'd rather have you guys like me for who I am than to fake it on camera and be Miss Perfect, because definitely I'm not that. So before I even get started, like I said, I do cuss it a lot in the video. I will cuss a lot. I do say bad words, so definitely if you guys watching this near your children or anything like that, definitely want to click out of the video. So it started back in 10th grade, and if you guys remember, follow the video from before about the guy that I was dating that had hairy legs. This goes back to when I was dating him. If you guys want to hear the story, the link is down below for you guys. Just check the other story time videos if you guys missed it. But yeah, so my mom was the type of person that would definitely, if I didn't want to go to school, she would let me not go to school and let me stay home, so I wouldn't have to ditch. But what was the fun of my mom knowing that I was home and she was at home with me? I wasn't able to have any fun or have my boyfriend come over and hang out or anything like that. So this particular boyfriend of mine had a best friend whose parents were never home, and where he lived, I think it was like apartments, and the garage that they had, they turned it into a room for him. So there was a way in with a door, or you could open the whole thing, but I think they closed it up so he can actually live in there and have his own room. So I remember we used to go ditch school all the time and go to his house and hang out and eat and buy food and go to his room and hang out there all the time. I mean, kid you not, they were a year older than me, so they were like in 11th grade, and they owned cars. Like they had their own fucking car, and I was like walking and they had a car. So definitely I would ditch just to go hang out with them, because I really liked hanging out with them. It was just fun, you know. So this particular time my mom dropped me off at school, and let me tell you, when she would drop me off to school, you have to like get in through the front. She would drop me right in the front of the entrance, and then she would have to drive, wait on the light, and then turn to get out of the street from the school, the property of the school. And so what I would tell her is like, oh, I'm gonna wait right here for my boyfriend, blah 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 blah, you know, we're gonna walk in together so I don't have to go into the school by myself. So kid you not, shit, I would just fucking wait for him to get there and to ditch. Like that day I wasn't planning on ditching, honestly. I was just going to go in school, but he wanted to ditch. He's like, let's not go to school today, you know, let's go out, let's go hang out. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. So then he told his best friend, let's go ditch, let's do something, let's go, you know, I don't want to go into school today. So the guy was really nerdy. He wasn't really like those guys that wanted to ditch all the time, so we kind of convinced him to ditch with us. So we remember getting into his car and driving, and we decided to go to the beach. So it was really early and it was foggy at the beach, so it was kind of cold. So his friend gave me his jacket, so I was wearing his jacket at the beach. And I remember we were playing, throwing the rocks, and you know, we were just picking up sticks and all that. And all of a sudden we were just having fun, no care in the world. It was just so much fun. All of a sudden I see a police car coming toward us. I fucking changed colors. I was like, fuck, we're gonna get in trouble. Definitely the guy pulled us out of the sand and told that we were going to get searched because we were ditching. And so since I'm a girl, they can't touch you. Well, that I know of, police guys cannot touch a girl, like search her. It has to be a police woman to actually search you. So the police officer searched the guys. I remember looking at them being searched and I was like, fuck, like damn. And then he looked at me and told me if he could search the jacket. I had to give him permission and I said yeah. I mean, I wasn't carrying anything bad. We were not doing anything bad. We were just at the beach at the wrong time. We shouldn't be there. We should be at school. So he searched the pockets and he didn't find anything. So he sat us in the back of the seat, the back of the police car. My whole time I'm thinking, what the fuck we're gonna do? They're gonna call my mom. My mom's gonna beat my ass. She's gonna fuck me up. Because let me tell you, before this, I'm already having problems at home with my mom. Like, we're not getting along. It was just nothing right was going on at home. I just wanted to kind of do whatever the hell I wanted to do, and just things were not going good at home. So thinking my mom's gonna get a phone call from a cop saying that I got arrested because I was ditching, I'm thinking, yeah, she is not gonna have it. She's probably gonna beat my ass when I get home. So the cop puts us in the back of the cop car and he calls someone. When I see there comes a, first before that, they asked us for our names to search us up to see if we had any priors, like tickets or been arrested before or anything like that. I wanted to cry so bad. Like, I'm thinking, gosh, like this is gonna go on my record. I'm done. So he does search up my name and nothing pulls up, and we were trying to convince him to let us go, that we were gonna go back to school, you know, but nope, the cop wasn't gonna have it. Nope. So after he searched all of us and didn't find anything on us, like any record, any tickets or anything like that, he calls someone, and when I see a white van pulls up, so when they opened the van, there was a bunch of kids in there in uniforms, like school uniforms. There was like kids that looked like they were like 8, 10 years old, young kids, like in elementary school, middle school. It was a bunch of kids in there. So they start pushing us into the van, and in my head I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then they told us they were taking us to this place where they take all the kids that get caught ditching, that it was like a detention center or something like that, like, but they would have like desks and there was actually a person sitting there watching you, and they were not going to release us until one of our parents came to pick us up. But in my head before that, I was already thinking I'm gonna give up a fake number, so if they call, you know, the number's gonna be disconnected and they won't be able to reach my parents, so they're gonna have to let me go. But then that's what they said: if we're not able to reach your parents, you're not going home until your guardian picks you up. I got so scared. I was like, I'm gonna have to give out my real number so my mom can come and pick me up. Kid you not, we all gave our numbers, and I remember my boyfriend at the time's friend's face. He looked terrified. It looked like he wanted to cry, and I felt so guilty because we were all ditching and we shouldn't be ditching. He didn't even want to ditch in the first place. So we all gave our parents numbers, and they all started coming to pick up like the kids and stuff like that. So they picked up my boyfriend at the time's friend. They picked them up, but my boyfriend, they called his parents, and his uncle said that he was gonna pick him up. So when they called my mom, well, they called my mom first. My mom said she wasn't picking me up, so she's like, I'm not picking her up. She decided not to pick me up. I was even more terrified. I feel like I have a hair on me. So my boyfriend's dad says that he'll take me home, and let me tell you guys, they already don't like me. Like, his parents didn't like me at all. I don't know if it was because he was the only boy and they didn't want him to like be with anybody, or I don't know what the case was. The fuck, they didn't even like me. They didn't even give me the chance or anything, and this happening even made it worse. So definitely they were not gonna like me even more now. So I remember the dad picking us up and dropping me off at home. I was so scared because my mom was gonna kick my ass, seriously. So I remember going in, opening the house, going in and knocking on my mom's room, and my mom started crying, saying that she couldn't do this anymore with me. She didn't know what else to do. She was tired that I was giving her so many problems. I got freaked out. So they did give us a ticket. The cops gave everybody a ticket. So we all had a ticket that we had to pay. My mom said she wasn't going to pay for it for me, so I had to go to court. So I remember that day, whoever got a ticket that day, we all had to go to court that same day. So I remember seeing my boyfriend there, and then his friend, no, his best friend actually paid for his ticket because he worked. And my boyfriend at the time asked if I was going to pay my ticket. My mom was going to pay my ticket, and I said no. She said she's not going to pay for it. So he said, okay, then I'm not paying for mine, and we'll just do community service together. So when we ended up going to court, the judge was like so mean. Like, he scared the shit out of me. Like, I am so scared. Like, I was like I'm about to start crying. So excuse me. So he asked everybody, how are you gonna pay the ticket, blah 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 blah, and everybody's like, oh, okay, my mom's gonna pay for it, oh, I'm paying for this, oh, I'm paying for do it. So when it came to me, he asked me how I was going to pay for the ticket. So I remember wherever the ones that got a ticket were sitting in the front and the parents were sitting in the back. So I remember turning back to try to look at my mom, and he said, no, don't look at your mom. She's not the one that ditched. You're the one that got the ticket. You need to pay for your ticket. How are you going to pay for your ticket? And then I thought, it's like, oh, I'll do community service. So he's like, okay. He said, community service, that's how you're gonna pay your ticket, and you're gonna pick up the paper, and then you're gonna call, and then you're gonna find out where to do community service. Okay, this happened before summer vacation. So me and my boyfriend ended up going to the same place that we were asking to get community service. So they gave us this address, what they were looking for people to do community service to help out at the store. Let me tell you, it was a thrift store. It's no longer there anymore, but every time I pass by that building that I see it, I get the chills, and I get like, never again am I gonna, will I ditch? Well, I can't ditch anymore because I'm out of school, but at the time. So I remember we were doing community service at a thrift store, and I hated it because they had us doing everything while they just sat there and did nothing. And so every time we would go, we would have to like let them know we're here and then what time we left, so they can add up the hours. I remember we would hide, like, we were at the thrift store and it had like rolls of clothes, like rolls. We would hide inside, like, just to hang out for a bit. And I remember they would call us like on the speaker, like, oh, we're looking for Grace, you know, come to the front, we need you, blah 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 blah, to clean something. Or they would call him, be like, hey, we need you, we're looking for you guys, you know. So either him was hiding or I was hiding. We couldn't hide at the same time because then we would get caught. But yes, I got caught ditching, you guys, and I had to pay for my ticket. And I want to say it was arrested because they did put us in the back of the cop car, and we were fucking terrified. And it's like, now I tell my daughters, both of them, it's like, no ditching because this could happen to you. I will not pick you guys up. Now I know what my mom thought about it when she did that to me. It's like to teach you a lesson. And yeah, definitely teach me a lesson. I never ditched again after that. I remember carrying my ticket in my folder so I could tell myself, never ditch again, girl, because this could fucking happen to you again. And you never know, you know. It's like, you don't think something like that could happen to you, and it does happen to you, and it sucks because I'm like thinking it's going to stay in my record, but it's not. It's not in my record anymore. It's been forever. This was like when I was in 10th grade. I'm not in school anymore, so yeah. So yeah, definitely this is what happened to me. I really hope you guys enjoy the videos that I'd be making about story time. I will have another poll voting on my Twitter. I will link that down below if you guys want to go ahead and vote. I'm definitely going to be doing just one story time a week. The kids just started coming, they just went back to school this week, so I wanted to have the video up on Wednesday, but it got so weird that I have 3 kids, 3 different schools, 3 different times that they get out of school or go into school. So by the end of the day, I'm so tired and I just want to take a nap and rest, and you know, and I still got to come back and clean and cook, so no. So yeah, definitely check me out on my social medias. I will link those down below. I want to thank you guys again for watching. stay tuned for more videos, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.